That is so true, babe. Because at this point, it is not just about the Scots.
Nope, it's not.
It's about a pattern that we've been seeing all over social media, especially with YouTube couples.
All over, especially with YouTube
Yeah.
couples. Is at some point we all have to ask, what is happening in YouTube couples community space? Every couple is at risk.
We risk a lot as
Yeah.
couples when we put ourselves in the public light. And it's almost as though we have not learned from the celebrities.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to
Another
another
one.
an Unfiltered Hard Talks with the Dawkins, where we keep it real, raw,
and unfiltered.
And of course, guys, for every episode, we definitely must have to. It's our trademark, man. It's written in our DNA. We have to keep it unfiltered.
Yes.
All right. And of course, we sip on something on every episode. If it's not water, if it's not wine, if it's not some form of beverage, it's just something.
It has to
And
be
for
something.
this episode, babe, what are we sipping on?
It's Waterbrook's Cabernet Sauvignon. It is a non-alcoholic red wine.
Yeah. So apparently it has no alcohol in it. But
no, it has less than
like
0.5%.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's for almost none.
Yeah.
We have taste tested it, and it's not our favorite.
It's not our favorite.
For me,
but this is our first time trying
yeah.
non-alcoholic wine. So
All right, guys, check it out. Boom. All right, babe, let's talk about this because almost every conversation right now on the internet, everybody from the TMZ to the, I don't know, it not get on news yet, but everybody's talking about the Scots,
yes.
you know, and everybody is more so talking about the breakup.
Why they broke up.
People are trying to figure out why they broke up. And for us, that's not the right question. We believe that's the wrong question to ask.
Absolutely no. Yeah.
The question we believe,
It
you
should be
know,
asked.
that people should be asking, especially YouTube couples, what are we teaching millions of people about love when relationship becomes content?
That is so true, babe. Because at this point, it is not just about the Scots.
Nope, it's not.
It's about a pattern that we've been seeing all over social media, especially with YouTube couples.
All over, especially with YouTube couples.
What we see is that intimacy is replaced with performance, and privacy gets traded for clout, because guess what? Everybody wants a viral moment.
Right.
And another thing, humiliation.
Quietly, babe.
It becomes profitable.
It does. And the reality is, at some point, we all have to ask, what is happening in the YouTube couples community space that keeps producing the same outcome? You know, like, what is happening? And we're not here to attack anyone. We're not here to attack the Scots, you know, or any couple for that matter. We are here to talk about what nobody else is talking about.
Absolutely.
Why viral relationships don't last.
They're just all failing.
And what this culture is conditioning people to normalize as healthy relationship.
Yes. And guys, what we are seeing right now should concern all of us, especially content creators, couples content creators. When we saw it, we were shaken up by it. Nobody is exempt.
Yeah. You know, this reminds me of Juski's skit where he, you know, a lot of people say he's mocking God, but when I saw it, I didn't see it as a mockery of God. I saw it as a mockery of the church mocking God. And ironically enough, a lot of people did see it in that light. You know, the truth is, any true believer, anybody who calls themselves a Christian, who sees that skit, needs to be reflecting. And if you're not reflecting, it simply means that you are not walking in the light. Romans 2:24, go check that verse out, right? And it's the same when I saw the Scots. And it's not just the Scots. But when I saw that as a YouTube couple, you know,
Yes, it hits
it
differently.
hits
It
differently.
hits differently.
And you just have to do the reflecting. Like,
Yes.
what is it about this space that just keeps producing the same outcome?
Yeah, the same results. Yeah.
And that's what we're here to talk about. So
Mhm.
let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Our love isn't absent problems, but it sure is absent drama. You deserve this kind of love. Unfiltered Heart Talks with the Dawkins.
So, babe, according to the public statements and based on the
divorce decree or
the
the
divorce
document that
decree
was
that you
filed.
that was filed,
Right,
the divorce was filed on the basis of infidelity
right,
on Desmond's part,
right.
right?
And he later responded to that.
Yes, he made a post
Right.
on, I believe, Instagram because I was
Yeah.
searching him up
I'm not
on
sure where I saw a few of it. I saw a few of creators,
clipping it.
clipping it and
Yes.
showing it, but I don't know where to find that.
Yes, I
Yeah.
wasn't able to find it. I was trying to find him on X. I wasn't able to find him on X. And then I saw that he did have an Instagram, but a lot of people did screenshot it while it was still up.
Yeah, and based on what was stated in the divorce document, we want to approach this responsibly, without
And respectfully,
and
guys.
respectfully, without speculation or speculating, without piling on, and without sensationalism.
Absolutely.
Because what we're seeing is that a lot of people have been making definitive statements
Yes.
as it relates to the cause of the divorce.
Yeah, some people are saying that he cheated with a man and that's why there's no reconciliation that's going to happen.
Yep, I've seen
all of
that.
these claims, and I mean, people are making bold statements as though they were the fly on the wall.
I even saw a lady on TikTok who definitively said that she knows that he cheated with a man. And that's just
Gosh.
crazy to me, especially in 2026,
Yes.
because and when I saw that, I reflected on Tasha K.
The Cardi B thing that you told
and
me
Cardi
about.
B. And let me tell you something. Anybody who knows Tasha K, and this is not me speaking bad about her, but when the first time I listened to her, I said to myself, only a matter of time. Because you cannot speak about people in a way that defames their character, especially when you do not
You have no form of evidence.
the evidence.
Yeah, it's like people don't realize that defamation
is a
real
thing.
lawsuit these days.
And what I realize is that a lot of people, like what Cardi B did to her,
Yes.
is willing to spend the money
To
just to teach the lesson.
Absolutely.
So a warning to content creators who
These
create
guys.
this kind of content, like, stop talking about people as though, or people's situation when you see it online, as though you know exactly the cause. Because when you stand inside that courthouse, you better make
that
sure that you have that evidence,
or whatever,
or you have the
amount.
4 million.
Yeah.
And the reality
Because
is
that girl is not smiling right now.
she's not.
She's not smiling.
Practically destroyed her whole career.
Darn. Yeah.
And everybody, when you go underneath her post, everybody keeps saying the same thing. Yep, we know it was only a matter of time. Like, everybody saw it coming.
Yes, so we need to be very,
So you have to be very
careful, guys. And babe, you mentioned that it is important that we discuss this responsibly
and respectfully.
We have both gone through divorce.
Yep.
We have both gone through our own divorce experiences. Yours was more amicable and mine was very contested, very rigorous, stressful. This can't be easy for the Scots, whether they have money or they don't have money. Divorce is a very stressful and draining process. Give them grace. Back off. Do not speak as if you don't know, because you don't want to find yourself in a courtroom based off of defamation claims. It's not pretty. Give them the time, give them the grace. Divorce is tough and it is stressful.
Yeah. And on that point, I just want to say to our audience, right, to our supporters, to our listeners, we in no way, shape, or form support cheating by anyone. Cheating is never the answer.
Absolutely not.
It's not honorable, it's not mature, and it's definitely not leadership.
Absolutely.
And that is regardless of gender. Now, in this situation, Scott was the one who was said to have cheated, as was seen in the divorce decree. So we are addressing this in this context. We're addressing it in this context. But again, let's be clear, guys. Both men and women use cheating as an escape route. And the reality is, it is equally destructive either way.
In all honesty, we believe, if you're done with a relationship, there's no reason to cheat. What needs to happen is an honest conversation,
Not betrayal.
not betrayal.
Yeah. And another thing, if you already know that you don't want monogamy, that is a conversation that you need to have
Way before
marriage.
the talking stages.
You know, the responsibility should be honesty before, as you said, the relationship begins, and
Absolutely.
not deception.
Absolutely.
After. So again, this conversation is not about excusing infidelity. It is about examining the environment that existed long before the breakup ever happened.
That's true. And this reminds me so much of what John Gottman speaks about in the book that we promote, What Makes Love Last. It's by John
Powerful
Gottman
book.
and Nan Silver. He speaks about infidelity or cheating being a byproduct of a relationship that had already been eroding. So a lot of times people believe, oh, it's because he or she cheated why the relationship ended. Not so.
Right.
It is because there was distance. It is
This
because there was emotional disconnect.
Yeah.
It all led to
Right.
infidelity.
Over
in the
time, the
end.
relationship eroded.
Yes.
And cheating was just the final outcome.
Yes.
But before we go any further, we want you guys to take a look at these clips.
Yes.
Christy, what is that? Oh my God. Oh, Christy.
Where are you going?
All right, babe.
Mm-hmm.
When
we watch their videos, go ahead.
No, I'm saying that, a lot of people, and we're going to play one more for you guys to see, but there's a lot of speculation surrounding his facial expression. That was just one video. We're going to play another one. I observed two things from that video.
Mm-hmm.
Two things. Let's play another one.
I just got this we're going grocery shopping today. Desmond's literally waiting on me. So I just got this tomato purse from Loewe, and you don't understand how long it's taking me to get my hands on this. Like, I had too big.
The bag and the glass, where does the orange come in?
To make like lasagna or like tomato pesto pasta. Is that a meal?
We have seen the two clips, and the reality is that they are a well-known couple. Like, a lot of people, a lot of you all have, seen their content online, and everybody's drawing their own conclusion. The reality is a lot of people online are saying, you could see it on his face, he was unhappy. And honestly, for us, we watched a lot of the videos, and after reviewing the videos for ourselves, we cannot definitively say that there was he was definitely unhappy. Did we see some subtle things? We did. And you have identified one thing when we were going through the videos that you have seen. And there are just a few things that I have identified. What have you identified from what you have seen?
I'm not a psychologist. That's one. I am not trained to interpret people's behavior, but I believe as human beings, we all have a spirit, and we know when we spirit takes something on, or Jamaicans. All right, guys, because we talk so much about relationships here, we want to mention Or Ritual. It's an online counseling platform for couples and relationship support. The link is in the description for anyone interested in learning more or accessing affordable relationship support. I observed that he always called her by her first name.
Yes, I did.
I'm not
that
saying
too.
that he's never called her babe or used endearing terms,
But in
most videos, it was always first name. I call my husband babe so much that if somebody asks, what is your husband's name? I'd say babe, right? That's how much I call him babe.
Right. So you almost never really use any endearing
The only time
name.
I use
No pet names,
no endearing
babe.
terms. And maybe that's just their choice in their relationship. Some people just don't like endearing terms. The other thing I've also observed was that his laughs were awkward.
They felt forced.
They felt forced. It would go from being completely annoyed and confuzzled to a laugh.
Yeah.
It's almost like he processed it and he's like, okay, I'm on camera. Let's do this laugh because I don't want to mess this up.
Yeah.
That's what I got from it, but I could be completely wrong. And no, we're not saying that the relationship was broken from them just because of what we've observed.
No assumption.
We're not making any assumptions. This is just what we've observed, and many others have observed different things. However, there are certain observable characteristics that can signal that a relationship has gotten to a place where there is some emotional distance. So whereas you can perform for the camera, you can do all the flicks and the forced laughs and stuff, you can sense emotional distance over time. That's something that is going to be there.
Yeah. And that's worth
and also
paying attention to.
Yes. That kind of distance does not always show up as anger. So even though we were not, as I said, the fly on the wall in the room, there are certain cues you can pick up on as a human being.
Yeah, notwithstanding the fact that her videos emasculates him, and they're also humiliating. I'm sure, or I would assume that there are times when he is humiliated by the things she does.
I remember this one video, babe.
But before you make that point, babe, on the video, when you look, what I mean by emasculates him, when you look at the way he laughs about this, like for a man, when you laugh as a man, you should be able to tell that that's a man laughing, and it's not to throw shades on him or to brand him in any way, but even sometimes the way he responds to her pranks,
outfits,
the outfits, it's just in this feminine way, and then talk about the times when he's just relaxing and it's a camera in his face. You can just sense those subtle discomfort and frustration.
Absolutely. I remember one clip I was watching. It was actually a compilation of clips where she was wearing costumes, different outrageously ugly cosplay costumes. And she went to, I believe, either Chick-fil-A or McDonald's, and the guy was literally covering his head the whole time. He's just embarrassed. But
it just because it's content and views,
just because it's content,
he's just going with the flow.
I'm even thinking at this point, he's probably saying, well, the camera is rolling, so I better be on, better be on my P's and Q's. I better be on my best behavior. I better not voice how I really feel about this stupidness. And
again, guys, it's just assumptions.
Only assumptions.
But in reality, there were a number of videos that I watched with his reaction to her pranks. And to me,
pranks, I wouldn't say prank.
Well, to her skits or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And to me, they just look staged. They didn't
They
look
did.
real. They
Not on
look
his part.
forced. No, on his
Sometimes on
part.
his part,
On
for real.
his
Yes,
part,
the
they look
laughs were just
like, yeah,
outrageously
it's
like
just like he's
somebody
just
punched you
literally
in the gut, and you're
forcing,
like,
like he's saying that, okay, the camera is on, let me do this laugh. Like, yeah, it's crazy.
even with the and anybody who knows Desmond, he is a chef.
Mm-hmm.
When I went on his channel for the first time a couple days ago, I saw that he does food.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he's into. It seems as though it's his passion.
Right.
There was this one video where he had some flour and I believe some egg yolks, and he was gonna make something, and she slapped it. And he calculated his response before getting upset, and then he laughed. I could just see it. If you put it in slow motion, you could actually see him restraining his frustration.
So there's that humiliation, and even for us,
and
babe,
it's subtle, but it is
still there. Even for us. And guys, comment down below if we are the only ones. When we are out and she start doing stupid things,
yeah, she doesn't want to be next to me.
I'm telling her, hey, I'm not with it.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Or,
not in here. Not while I'm just not with it.
We're not with it. And if we're out and he's trying to do stupid things, I'm not with that flow. Do not do that around me. Do not embarrass me. I don't want that attention.
I don't want that attention.
No.
Even when we're in the gym, sometimes you're working out and she's she always say, yeah, but
yeah, you don't even want that.
And
that's appropriate for the gym.
I don't like
you don't like
the
that
attention.
Yeah.
And that's just for us.
Just how
maybe,
we are.
Maybe they like, I don't know, maybe he likes it, but based on what we see sometimes, I don't think it doesn't seem like he does.
No.
And like, no real man is going to be comfortable with your woman acting a fool every time. Yeah. One thing I can say though about her skits, I think that at her age, those skits,
she should have rebranded at some point.
Yeah.
But who knows?
And it's no shade on her.
No shade on her, no shade on him.
This is just how we feel.
Yeah.
It's our opinion.
Our opinion.
My opinion is that for her age, those kids they just look too childish.
Yeah.
For her age,
she's
like,
very flexible for a mom of two.
Yeah.
And she's doing
thumbs up to that.
Thumbs up. She doesn't look like she has any children.
And nobody is telling her who to be. It's not us telling her who to be. Again, it's just our opinion, guys. So don't come in here and low people make people live their life. Low me make me talk when I want to talk.
Boom.
That's it. Low allow me to say what I want to say. She's a free woman. We are free people. People can say whatever they want. And again, no shade to her, but for me, and I'm making the assumption that for him, he seems like he's more in the classy life.
Yes.
Fancy.
Yes.
Not the crazy
dining,
flicking around and
cool.
and acting
and I'm not
like
saying
children.
he's not fun. He just seems
he seems chill.
I could sense that they were unaligned in so many areas. And I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a people reader. I've not been trained in this area. But the Wallaway have that gut.
Yeah.
I could just sense that they were unaligned. Maybe in career, she's into fashion and content creation, and babe, I don't know if you've ever gone on his YouTube channel, but he is very passionate about food and food presentation. That's what he's very passionate about. You can see it on his page.
Yeah.
They were probably misaligned in that area. Or maybe when they were younger, because we know that they got together when they were teens and they married in their late teens. Maybe that's how she was and he was more on the fun, bubbly side, and she just never grew out of it. Or I don't know what it was, but just speculations. Just speculations based on the tiny bits of facts that we have.
And here is the thing, guys. Patterns matter a lot.
Absolutely.
Right? And repeated exposure to humiliation, instability, or emotional whiplash can slowly erode a person's sense of safety in a relationship.
Yes, absolutely, babe. And that erosion doesn't always show up as anger or outbursts of expression. Sometimes it shows up as withdrawal, fatigue, and detachment.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, he probably just got tired of it.
Mm-hmm.
And another point that I wanted to highlight too, because we didn't really research this, but I heard that they were together from they were 14. Or was you who said it to me?
I heard I did some research, found out that they were childhood sweethearts and that they married later on
Yeah.
down. I don't
And
know if
that's
he's older than her or
yeah.
what.
And that's another challenge with
Young love.
young love,
We talk about
high
it. Check
school
out that video,
sweethearts.
guys. Check out that video.
The reality is young marriages have a tendency to fail, collapse over time. And while a lot of them might not collapse within a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 year span, they eventually do. A lot of them eventually do, based on research statistics. We have always believed, because I am one who got married really young.
Very
When I
young,
was
yes.
22, barely understood life, but I've always spoken out against young marriages, early 20s marriage. I always believe that people need to enjoy their youth. And by me saying that people need to enjoy their youth, this is not me promoting hookup culture in no way, shape, or form. But I believe that young men should spend time learning about themselves, knowing who they are, building, establishing themselves before they get married.
Yes, and the same for young women.
And the same for young
You
women.
need to get to know who you are, understand your values, understand your mission in life.
Yeah.
And when you're rooted and grounded in that, where nothing left or right or before you can sway you, that is when you're ready to pursue something.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because a lot of times what you find happening is that you get in love, get married to the person who you fall in love with at a very young age, and you really don't understand life. You don't understand. You don't full at 14, at 20s, whatever age they got married at 18, you don't fully understand your needs.
Yes.
You don't fully understand
You don't even
your
know
values.
who you are.
You don't even know who you are.
So you're trying to morph
You're
into that
still,
person, and that person is trying to morph into you,
exactly.
and then
You're
eventually
still
you're like,
going through the
when you
process
grow up, you're
of
like,
self-identity.
that's not even me. And eventually that leads to you guys
splitting
apart,
you just
because
grow
we
apart.
never aligned.
Right,
I just realized that these were never my values,
Right.
and then
And
split.
it's not to say that it doesn't happen in marriages where people get married older.
Absolutely.
But again, a lot of people are getting married based on compatibility.
Yes,
and
and
not suitability.
Guys, check
So
out that
it's
video.
two different things. And as we always see on Unfiltered Hard Talks, context matters.
Absolutely, guys.
But it's obvious that somewhere along the line, their relationship
broke down. It wasn't the cheating, as we said. It is not infidelity that ended the relationship. The erosion happened before. And this is coming from a man who does experiments, love lab experiments. It does not happen. That relationship does not end because of the infidelity. That was just a byproduct of what was happening way before.
Yeah. It's just obvious that somewhere it stopped being a covenant, a commitment, and it started being performative, or what I would call a partnership. Because in 2026,
everybody wants a partner.
Everybody wants a partnership. Marriage is referred to as a partnership, and anybody who refers to marriage as a partnership is someone who doesn't truly understand what a marriage is. A marriage is not a partnership. A partnership is we have a business together, like Unfiltered Heart Talks is a partnership that we have.
Exactly.
But our marriage
is a covenant.
Yes. It's a commitment. It's two different things. At any given time, you can say, babe, I don't feel like I want to do Unfiltered Heart Talks anymore. And we can make a decision to, hopefully not, but make a decision to not do Unfiltered Heart Talks anymore. The partnership, it dies. It dissolves, But our marriage, it takes more than just a conversation to end a covenant. A covenant is something deep, it's spiritually binding.
Yes.
I'm wondering if this is too close to my mouth, but a spiritual a covenant is spiritually binding.
Absolutely.
It's not binding by a signature that you put on a piece of paper in the government's office. You know, marriage is deeper than that. And when you understand the biblical context of marriage, sex is what consummates it,
Yes.
not
And now that you're on it,
signature
a lot
writing.
of people are saying, oh, wow, Desmond Scott just, he's not even divorced yet. I know a lot of people have their thoughts on that, but everybody's saying he's not yet divorced and he's kissing up on someone in this place. You were sharing something with me earlier, love, about sex being what
binds
consummates
it.
and binds two people together.
Right.
In that case,
Right. So whether you go to the government's office to sign that signature, and that's why sex is so important. Sex is sacred.
It's like a blood covenant.
It's literally a blood covenant,
Yeah.
and that is why adultery and fornication
breaks that covenant.
It breaks that covenant. So when you step outside of that covenant to give yourself sexually to somebody else, right there and then, even before the court says it is dissolved,
it's already done.
it is already done.
Yes.
Before God, you have broken the covenant.
Absolutely.
And that's how serious and important and sacred sex
is.
and marriage is.
It is very important.
It's very important, and people need to understand that. So Desmond has broken that covenant.
He's joined himself to whoever he's having sexual intercourse with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing that is left is for the court to recognize that, are to give a final
to finalize
decree.
the documentational aspect of this whole ordeal.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. What that is. But in reality, guys, when a relationship becomes content, pressure replaces intimacy.
Absolutely. And what is happening here? You're no longer loving each other as the covenant requires. You are managing an audience.
Yep.
It's always a performance, always a puppet show.
An algorithm. And
expectations.
Yep. And what content creators, YouTube couples needs to realize, and even those who are not in that
digital
social media couple relationship,
yes.
But you probably do content, your partner might not. What you need to understand is that pressure doesn't end on the screen. It follows you into the bedroom.
Yes. And the bedroom is the most sacred place for a couple. See the
so a lot of times, if you're not careful, you're in bed, but you're doing this thumbnail.
The thumbnail.
And that is even for us something like we have to be very careful about.
Guard that time.
We have to guard the time, because there are times, guys, when we are in bed and we have this content that we want to put out to you guys, and we are missing the opportunity to connect.
Time. No eye connection. Sometimes I get back to my husband. I'm saying, "Why you look, Pamela, like you look on your phone screen? I want you to look at me and give me that undivided attention, like you put on your phone screen." And what happens? Resentment builds up. So I remember one point, resentment almost built up or did build up about Unfiltered Heart Talks.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, this thing is just getting all of your attention. There was that time. And we had to balance it. We had to balance it because we realized if we are not good, there is no Unfiltered Heart Talks. And a lot of people completely neglect that because you get a little bit of change from YouTube. TikTok starts sending you some money. So you put it before your marriage. It should never be that way. It should be the marriage, then the content.
And that is so true, babe. And here is where this conversation needs to be widened. Because right now, everybody is just focusing on the Scots.
Yes.
And the truth is, this is bigger than the Scots.
It is way bigger than them, babe.
It is bigger than the Scots. And if we stop at the Scots, we would be, or will be, babe, I don't know which word to say, but we would definitely be missing the bigger picture.
Yes, because babe, what we have observed, it keeps happening. It's something that has been happening.
Different couples. Different collapse.
The same thing, just the same script.
And we just want to show you guys a few couples, maybe some of you might know them, some of you might not. And there's a lot more, but we just found this one clip and we just want to play it for you guys. Take a look at it.
You know, babe, just watching that,
And by the way, that's just a handful.
that is only a handful.
Because
You
there's a
know,
lot more.
yes. You know what is hitting me in this very moment? We have grown to glamorize celebrity relationships. Hence, why so many couples have gone the route to publicize their relationship, right? And it's as though we have not learned that when you go this route to publicize something so sacred and so intimate and so delicate, God forbid if it should collapse, it's going to be a public spectacle. Look at look at Chris Brown and Rihanna. Look at the glitches and the itches in Jay-Z and Beyonce's relationship. Look at Tiana Taylor and her. We risk a lot as couples when we put ourselves in the public light. And it's almost as though we have not learned from the celebrities. It is a delicate thing.
And that's and that should tell us, and I use the word us, that this is not an individual failure.
It is not.
You know,
it is a lesson, a grand lesson.
Yeah, there is something about the environment that is contributing to the breakdown of relationships. This is a pattern that we have seen right across YouTube. You know, every couple is at risk. But at the same time, the question is, what is it that is contributing? What is it about this space that is contributing to the breakdown of relationship? And again, guys, stay with us because we're going to point it out.
Yes.